you remember that they're changing my voice, let me tell you about how backwards society is. While all this madness is playing out, we do not see a lot of sanity going on. Some people are screaming about white supremacy and conservatism. Some liberals are acting like the agendas that are going on, left, right, and middle, are saying there's a lot of madness going on. And we see that, these guys who are associated with gangs seem to be talking the most sense, right? In terms of celebrities, Ice Cube and Tyrese, okay? And historically it was Snoop Dogg. And this has a lot to do with why people turn to gangs. You see a kind of neo-colonial system where people abuse people for generations, and the same social clubs, they're historically there, kind of social engineering are still there. Same kind of networks, same government, same law enforcement agencies. I believe that, FBI building is still called the J. Edgar Hoover building, and he was the main guy behind COINTELPRO, as the story goes, which harassed political dissidents, especially black political dissidents. So it's the same kind of madness and racism and so on and so forth, okay? And these are huge problems. It has to do with social relations, romantic relations. It's moral, mental, spiritual, and romantic effects are extreme. Okay, and when you have a racist society, it is a very dark and evil society. Okay, so obviously, I'm not a gang member. I don't think that people should rally to cultures of immorality. I think they should rally to pinpoint moral precision. In fact, I know that. And keep in mind, I'm the son of two doctors, right? So if people are weird, I'm not like somebody who's inclined to give them a hard time about it per se. I'm inclined to try to help them, right? Mind, body, soul, and spirit, and advise them and tell them what is right and what God expects from them and what's really going to make their life better. And I'm the expert at this because this is what my life is about, right? Martial arts, mind, body, soul, and spirit. Right? First, one martial artist said, and of course, I'm a monotheistic martial artist, a different kind, but he said that first you must try to understand yourself. Then you must try to master yourself. Then you must try to understand others. And logically what comes next is try to advise others, teach others, lead others, because that's how you really help other people. You don't help other people by treading lightly and hardly doing anything. That's how we got into this mess, where 9 million people starve to death a year in the world and die of hunger-related issues, even though the developed nations have tons of martial arts schools. America has the most martial arts schools of any country in the world, last time I checked, including China. More martial arts schools than China. Yet, immorality is so extreme here. You can make a strong case to the effect that America has the most immorality of any country in the world. We look at the incarcerated population, we look at the degree of drug use, the degree of sexual abuse, and we're not talking about, during wartime. We're talking about a country that's not at war with itself, that has all this violence going on, all this shootings, right? Drug cartels aren't here like they are in Mexico. Those guys spill over into America, but this is, it's not the same thing. Yet we see these murder rates are through the roof. Some of the highest murder rates of any cities in the world are right here in America: Baltimore, St. Louis, Chicago. I mean, it's pretty extreme. And we see the extreme degree of denial. And it's like the movie The Purge, where people just play stupid about the fact that the purge is wrong, and they just participate in their own way. And some people say stupid stuff like, well, just because they're this part of the infrastructure and not that, doesn't mean you should blame them too. They're part and parcel. They're complicit. And it's not just silent complicity, it's kind of like overt complicity, where they're declaring by their actions that they believe people should follow these bad guys who are the famous people and the social controllers and the who's who, if you will, of the society in the psychological construct. So we see that these problems are huge problems. And there's a bunch of crazy people. It's not just the people who you see me put on the screen, okay? Some of these people are acting out on purpose. Some of these people, are having a bad day. But we can tell by the particular way that they express their anger. What exactly are they mad about? They're mad about something related to their complex. They're not pointing directly and precisely to an arguments of moral precision and society's refusal to acknowledge them and to rally for moral precision like I am. People can easily tell that I'm mad about people's immorality. And then I'm precisely logical. And I'm even being persecuted. I'm being fumed right now. It's harder to speak right now. It's harder to think. Because I'm the one insisting on what's right, and I'm persecuted for that. While they're not persecuted and fumed to anywhere near the degree that I am, and they're lashing out, and they look crazier than the Tasmanian devil in the cartoon. Okay? They look weirder than Pinky in the Brain quite often. And sometimes they're wearing a suit and they're trying hard to look good, but they still look and seem weird because they have a problem with brain function. I know because I've been studying humanity for a long time. I've been studying sociological ideas, right? Like corporate control, institutional racism, and so on and so forth. Okay, I've been studying how humans relate to each other, human relations, social relations, romantic relations. Okay, and how finances, economics factor in. I know for sure that the masses of people have severe problems with brain function that causes them to be immoral. And because they don't have moral clarity, they make silly life decisions. Okay? I'm just going to end it there because I don't want to take too much time on this. It makes it hard for me to upload it. And it's a long story why that is.